Hey, what's up, guys? It's a cold day today, but feels good. And as you see, I got my fish stick colorway drip on, the orange, heavily worn long sleeve shirt, Neff jacket for snowboarding and skiing and all that type of stuff, Supreme teal cinch pants. It's Fortnite themed. I try to do my best with it. But today, I wanted to yap about this new strategy I've been using. It's very fun and it's very satisfying. So what I'm trying to get at is meta biking. Now, what meta biking is when you use a motorcycle, right? And then you just go doing drive-bys, GTA style. Just drive by onto people, you run them over, you shoot them down. And here are the main things to think about when you do meta biking. All right, the first one is to always keep moving. You do not want to stay stationary or slow down, because that just gives the enemy time to lead their shot and get their explosives in and whatnot. The second one is to keep in mind where gas stations and motorcycles are at, where they're locating in the map. There's a website for that, but why I want to promote meta biking so much is because it's fun. It's very effective. All right, you don't gotta carry around the shockwave blast, fizzled berries, grappling hooks. Like, I don't like the shockwave and the berries are very effective, but I don't really like the grapple hooks that much, because for me, I don't feel like the distance is good enough. It feels like it's way too short and you gotta cool down. The only good thing about it is if you're using the grappling hook blade, you can box someone in the room, you can keep whipping them around, they can't do anything about it. That's pretty funny. But using a motorcycle is just more effective. It's faster. You don't gotta use your stamina. You don't gotta jump. You can just start jumping with the motorcycle, do tricks and stunts. And while you're motorcycling, you should try to do wheelies, do stunts, twist and turn, so it makes it harder for the enemy to hit you. I'm gonna show a few examples of what I do, how I get those W's, how I get those eliminations, right? And I'm gonna show some L's too, because I'm not afraid to show some L's. I've learned from them, I'll look back on them, and hopefully you can learn from them too. So from these L's, you can see that another important lesson, another important point of meta biking is to pick your own battles. All right, when it comes to picking your own battles, you gotta check who your opponent is, where they're located, what type of gear they have, right? I've been in many situations where I see a sniper glint in the distance and I kind of want to engage them, and sometimes I do win the gunfight and sometimes I just get sniped, whether I'm biking towards them or trying to evade them. Or you're against a try-hard sweat, and they try everything in their power to get to you. They be using shockwave grenades, grapple hooks, trying to jump around, trying to use their shotguns, trying to use their what do they call it, advanced society weapons, the golden stuff, the golden medals, right? Like, it's very satisfying when I eliminate one of them. I'm on my bike and they rage quit and they drop a bunch of medals. Like, I don't even pick them up. I don't like using the medals, they feel useless to me. The weapons are pretty worth it though, so I'll pick those up and try to use them against them. And this is one example. I kind of feel bad about it, but I saw this Peter Griffin riding a motorbike, and he's just zoomed up a mountain. I'm zooming up there too, and I just instantly lay on him, and he just gets eliminated. All his loot falls down, and I noticed that he has the Peter Griffin medallion and the shotgun, and I kind of feel bad about just eliminating him right then and there. I don't even pick up his stuff, but I feel bad about it because we could have jousted on the motorbikes, see who's a better motorcyclist. I do have some examples of third partying, and you can eliminate them both, and you can just dance on them, do the gritty, rap through the creek. You can do the gritty, whatever, taunt them, and they're just bewildered. Like, where did that motorcycle guy come from? Where did that fish stick come from? There's been some occasions where I'll try to third party, and I can get one opponent, but the other one, they can get me pretty quickly, and I don't have time to react. And it's a hard lesson to learn. How you're going to eliminate your opponent, right? Are they up on a hill on the mountain and you're trying to climb up on them? Are they in a building? Are they around the corner? Are they around in the open? It's pretty easy to get them when they're out in the open. I have some examples of that. They're just trying to walk around. They're trying to walk around, not using any vehicles. It's pretty funny. It's pretty sad too. You come straight at them. Some of them try to fight back, but you're more accurate, you're faster, and you just lay on them, instantly eliminate them, and then just keep on moving. Or sometimes, sometimes they do fight back and they do almost eliminate you. You get damaged. Other times, they're just standing right there. They're standing near a bush, near a rock, or they're just standing out in the open. And I just circle around them, and they keep trying to turn it. Like, I use the keyboard and mouse, so my movement can be a little bit more accurate, a little bit more precisionist. I got more precision, I got better accuracy, and they're just trying to spin around, trying to figure out where I'm riding, and I'm just zooming around them, shooting them with an SMG, shotgun, whatnot, and they get confused. Or sometimes I have to take the L. I'm not good enough at zooming in that situation. There has been some times when I try to do a trick, when I try to jump off a bridge or a mountain top, a hill, and I just get sniped because I'm losing speed and I'm not doing enough tricks. It happens, stuff like that just happens all the time. It's part of the game. I don't really fret about it too much. It's just unfortunate, but I go on to the next match and I try to meta bike again. There are some situations where you do get overwhelmed, or you kind of lose your opponent, you lose your senses, and they're able to get the one up on you. That's happened to me. Sometimes in some situations you do want to troll the enemy opponents. It's pretty fun to do it too. They look like tryhards, they look like sweats, and what you do is you just zoom around them. You try to pick your battle, and you can do some damage on them, and they fight back, and they seem like they got more firepower than you do. So you can just instantly exit and try to troll them, flank them, go around in a circle, go through trees, through rocks. That's an important thing to keep in mind. Is also route your exits. Okay, route where your next plan is, where your next location is at. That's an important one. Let's say you just finished eliminating an opponent, and then you see a sniper grenade in the distance, or you see a bullet whiz right past you, right? And you're like, well, I don't feel like fighting this battle. I gotta get to cover. You gotta know what route to take, where to go at. You gotta think about, do I go behind these rocks? Do I zip between these trees? Do I jump? Do I do wheelies? Make it so you don't get targeted like that. And that's pretty simple to do. It's pretty easy to do, especially if you're in certain areas with more buildings, with more obstacles. Also, while you're motorbiking, some people might try to come across you. They might try to come up to you. They're gonna try to shoot you, obviously, and your motorbike, the tires, they catch some bullets and they pop, and you can't steer it, you can't drive it right. That's why you got to keep in mind the locations of these motorbikes so you can quickly and easily get to them and get back to zooming again. I didn't notice that. It's so cold out here. And when you're motorbiking, you're obviously going to use some fuel, so keep in mind where those gas stations are. And if you are motorbiking, you typically want to stay above the half fuel line, because refueling your motorcycle or any other vehicle takes time. And you got to keep in mind, people might come to the gas station, they might try to find you, and you're exposed in the area, and the gas pumps are explosive. So if you're above 50% or higher, it is, for the most part, it is safe to refuel at a gas station. But if you're under 50%, it's better to just try to find another bike or another vehicle around. That way you don't get caught up in taking 2 minutes trying to refuel. Another thing to keep in mind, this applies to any player, right? Any player. Try not to shoot vehicles or stuff like that, because you're going to regret it soon after. Many examples, people shooting at me, I try to flank them, I try to go back, and I instantly, or not instantly, but I do get the upper edge, and I just murk them, I eliminate them, and they can't do nothing about it. But if you want to shoot people in the cars and the bikes, then go ahead. Always aim for the tires, try to aim for the window. I've done it before. I try not to shoot at vehicles, but if it's the last like 30 or so, then all bets are off, and I'll try to shoot their tires, their windows, and everything. And usually I come out unscathed because they don't know what to do about it. And in this clip, after eliminate one guy, another guy tries to third party me, and so I just zoom around, I go in the tunnel, I eat some berries, try to get some shield up and see if I can try to counter them. But after I do that, they find me and they still won't get off my back. So at that point, I just decide to exit the area completely though, because I don't feel like I would win that gunfight, and I would go get resupplied. So you gotta know how to pick your battles again. Yeah, so for this victory royale win, I was just zooming around, trying to find the last one, and I was picking up some dropped loot, and I find below me this guy blowing up his car, and I'm like, oh shizzle, I gotta quickly get him. So I start aiming and shooting at him, and he kind of starts to retaliate a little bit, and then I switch my weapon, I think so, and then I face him and I shoot him even more, and then I run into him, and then he gets crushed just like that, just like a Chinese worker on Lively. He just gets crushed that easily, and I get to win. That's why meta biking is effective. You're more mobile. That's a pro. You're more mobile. You don't have to use your stamina. You don't have to use items, you have more space for shields or weapons. The only con I can find is that it's not that fast and you are exposed, so you gotta keep in mind, more exposed. Again, find where the cover is, know where there's cover, have plans for your encounters. I mean, look at this bozo trying to use those shockwave bombs to jump up across and try to get ahead of me, but I lead my shots and I'm way faster than he is, even with the berries. So I just, aim ahead and I instantly murk him. That's his fault for being a bozo. So why not try meta biking? Pretty effective. It's pretty fun, right? Even if you're not out for eliminations, you can just troll people. You can zoom around them, throw portable houses on them, throw shockwaves, throw those little plunger bombs, throw anything at them, shoot them, have someone else third party them. It's just fun. And if you're meta biking and if you got done eliminating someone and the situation allows it, just start emoting on them. No big deal. You gotta show them who's the boss. After you eliminate someone, you emote on them, you get back on your bike, you start stunning on them, you start jumping up, doing tricks, doing wheelies. You do that to tryhard sweats who are trying to eliminate you, they're trying to chase after you. You start jumping, start doing tricks, start jumping, tricks, wheelies, stun on them, dude, stun on them. I mean, look, this dude thought he could hide around the corner from me, but I just circle around, quick, pop him, boom. Easy. What are they gonna do about it? As you can see from this clip, I try to third party these two people around there, and I do get to eliminate one, but the other one starts to hide and I can't. I'm not accurate or fast enough. So I try to go around, see if I can find him again, but I don't want to get in the building, so I just zoom out onto my next target, onto my next objective. Yeah, in this clip, you got the Raven team leader. Boom, eliminated, but then I get third partied. It sucks, but it happens. Another Raven team leader, and then I get third partied by this Omni man. It's pretty sick. And then there's a Stewie right behind him. I don't know if it's like a NPC for hire or Omni man is about to get murked too. It's just how the game is. I mean, you live and you learn. Like in this clip, you can see me jumping around the trees, jumping around those obstacles, trying to escape someone. And this one example, there's a dude up on the mountain up high, and he looks at me, and I don't think I can win in that gunfight. So I play it safe. I just jump out of the ledge, jump out of the cliff, and I just start swerving around, trying to get behind cover, trying to not get discovered, and I zoom out and I tease them. But then again, you do take some L's. You gotta know the risk. You gotta know what battles to take, what fights to pick, what fights to fight over, what situations to get in, where to stay away from, where not to go. You gotta know all that. You gotta learn all that. It's fun, but there comes risk with it, and that's the fun of it. Like in this quick clip, this dude, I try to murk this dude, and then he hops on my bike and tries to eliminate me from my bike. I have to get out of it and then murk him easily. You gotta outsmart smart people. He thought of jumping in my bike. That's pretty smart. I never encountered that. I just encountered people shooting the tires, shooting you, escaping from you and all of that. So to recap again, meta biking, gotta know where the bikes are, gotta know where the gas stations are, gotta pick your battles, know which battles to pick, know how to get away from dangerous situations, and to have fun, alright? That's the important thing. And if you like this video, like it, share it, murk people for me, show me your eliminations, compilations, stuff like that. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.